Hey, the average Joe here using HVAC solution software to do some lab design. So here I have a project, a biocontainment facility. I went to File, Open Example, and as I've said before, we have lots of projects here or different types of systems. Okay, but here under projects, we have under laboratory and clean room, just click on that, little biocontainment lab. So here, that's where I got the project from. These are projects we've done in our consulting engineering firm over the last 20 years. So here, typically, like all projects, we have an air handler that shows the coils and fans. Blue fan means it's an outside air fan. Then we have the airflow diagram showing how that air handler hooked to a louver. There's the filters and coils in the air. You'll see temperatures that are in the airflow diagram down to spaces, and then you'll see the supply, like a Phoenix supply valve, and then the exhaust valves there. Uh, just so you know, those are all under airflow, number 2 tab, and then here they all are, the different types of supply, return, exhaust type valves to control air in a system. Um, so here we have the project, and then we also always like to show a hydronic schematic with the coils and size, the piping and the system and the components, as well as the chilled water, hydronic hot water, chilled water. And you see those little primary, secondary systems. This particular project, we have, if you click on it and see the hydraulic separator to separate the primary from the secondary, and over here, you just, put the pipe in, and set that as a decoupler. You can see how you can set pipes, the flow direction or decoupler type on that. So just a few things there to kind of notice. To annotate a project, you just right click with your mouse, text annotation. You can come in here and type something, override the default font and colors in here, and kind of get the text you want on your project. So just a few things to kind of address up your project. Now, on the spaces here that are served by the air handler in the airflow diagram, we have some options. Okay, on space here, you have the ventilation, the ASHRAE 62. Okay, so anytime you hit that, obviously you're going to get kind of the green color, and that means it's a 62 ventilation. When that turns red, that's the critical space. So under ventilation of that space, you'll see that ASHRAE 62 date associated with that. And then the ASHRAE 170 would be anything related to medical, okay, different type of labs and facilities, in a hospital type facility. That's a blue kind of space, just so when you see that, you kind of know. And then once again, that 170 is going to have default values on air change, the type of space, once you put in the dimensions on that. And then just our typical other, which is the gray. So I put the other space down, and by doing that, I went under my ventilation and I actually typed in, what kinds of ventilation you want. Input, number of people, airflow, air change rate, and any of these can be changed at any time. That's a gray space I put in, but if I want to go to ASHRAE 62, then you'll see that now it's going to turn. So you can always change types of spaces. Anyway, that's just a bit on the spaces and the options there that are allowed on those 3, ASHRAE 170, 62, and then just an average. You'll see on the little design here a minus. So the air that's coming in, which would be the 2000 there, and then the exhaust valves, that's a negative airflow. So I can quickly see that. Temperature of the room and humidity. This one has a minus and a little kind of arrow there. That means the air's coming in, and this one's got a plus, that's positive, with the greater than the air's transferring out. So under a space, when you put diffusers and registers and grills in here, supply, grills, return, exhaust. So we have a transfer in and a transfer out grill, and those would be the ones that were the brown color that were right down there. So just tell me I have to put that in a space. So anyway, those are just some little items to set up to do a lab or a project where you want to have different pressurizations and different airflows. A few other things on that. I'm going to double left click here. Description of the project, weather data. Okay, you want to set that for your project, where you're located. By setting the state here and the stations, then it automatically sets you up here with the right temperatures in winter, summer. Economizer, you can do that. And then scenarios allows you to put different type of temperatures under the scenario. You can watch my scenario video on how to set up 24 different scenarios on a project. One other thing on this project I'd like to kind of go over is you can, right now I have the blue is my fresh air, okay, and the green is the exhaust air, and you'll see what we're exhausting, 6,800, 66 supply. So you could actually set up this project to do energy recovery, okay? And kind of something neat in our August release, we will be adding energy recovery to our wizards here. So as you set up a project using the wizard, you know, if you have to import loads from Train, Trace, or Carrier Elite, and then go through the wizard, it'll actually set up that heat recovery project as well. If you're adding humidifiers, we've added that as well in this next release. But for now, I'm just going to show you file, open example. So we'll come into a system now instead of project, and under energy recovery right here would be different types, air to air, run around. We'll just click on this first one. So this would be, there's my fresh air coming to that space, there's the exhaust air, and there's my energy recovery in there. So this is how currently you can set up an energy recovery right now, is you basically set up your system, and when you go into a plenum, you just say that you want to show a split plenum in. You check that. You see if I uncheck that, it's going to make a full plenum. And to set that up, you just kind of make your filters or coils larger or smaller in that. But like I say, we'll be adding that in our wizard. We'll make that real easy here next month. Anyway, glad you tuned in to watch this project. This is just one, like I say, in the examples, going over a little lab system, lab project. You can do it in English, metric. Schedules, once again, when those are all created, remember file, coordination file options. These are everything you can do. Different types of reports with the ASHRAE 62170, bill of materials, controls. So the equipment schedules is going to have all these spaces with the airflow, supply, exhaust on those, as well as the valves and equipment. And obviously select, we have 62 manufacturers we've integrated to automatically select the Phoenix valves, the Cook exhaust fans, and Riskin dampers, Taco pumps, a lot of the different projects in here. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching again this week. We'll catch you again. Bye.